Hi Malika.
Hi Harley.
Hi everyone listening.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to Sonder and Salt, the weekly podcast about the magic of eating, where we cook sometimes.
Sometimes.
Today might be an episode where we do talk about those times.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I haven't been up to much, you know. I haven't been up to much. I haven't been going out as much as I was before.
Slow week.
Yeah, you know, life has kind of slowed down. I've been doing different things that actually haven't been centered around me eating out, surprisingly, like going to plays, like theatre productions and concerts.
Theatre productions?
That kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
You know? Yeah. So my food highlight of the week is a food product again. And it is from my babe, Marks and Spencer's. And it is the M&S Sparkling Press, Brazilian Orange and Alfonso Mango.
Yes.
I love it.
I haven't had it.
I love it. It literally tastes like a sparkling mango in a bottle. Like, it's just perfect. Like, it just, the mango flavour is so strong. It tastes fresh. It tastes like fresh pureed mango is in there. It's really, really good. And I do love a bit of orange as well, but it tastes more like mango. It's a really nice drink. I can't wait to drink it.
Do you just drink it straight?
Okay. It's a press, so it's like a carbonated, sparkling water-based drink, but it's fresh.
It's giving cocktail.
Yeah, you could add a bit of alcohol to it if you wanted to.
Like a porn star vibe, but not.
Yes, kind of. I guess
without the passion soda
fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean?
But I mean, like, what you could make out of it would be like a kind of little martini type thing.
Yeah, you could do. Yeah. It's a very good base.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a wonderful summer drink, even if you wanted to add in just like a sprig of mint or something like that.
I love mint and mango.
I think that would be really, really nice. So I actually never used to buy this from Marks and Spencer's. I picked it up recently and I've bought it a couple of times now and I love it. I finished a whole bottle all by myself. It was just, I just love it. Perfect. That is my highlight.
Oh, my highlight this week, also a bit of a slow week. It's something that I made myself. I've been dabbling in my New Year's resolution of cooking more, but this was actually a bake. And I got something out of the locker that I haven't made for a long time.
Yeah.
And that is my blondies.
I love them.
I did the raspberry and white chocolate ones, which were a staple in my lockdown boxes, but when they were the lockdown boxes, they were like raspberry jam through them and then jammy dodgers.
I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't
jammy
have that
dodgers.
one.
Yeah. The one I did today was the bougie version, which actually has a touch of cardamom in it, with just fresh raspberries and white chocolate chunks. But yeah, the lockdown boxes were a similar base of actual like batter, but with raspberry jam through and jammy dodgers. That was my favorite thing to make and sell, to be honest. So they were a pleasant surprise to a lot of people because a lot of people were not eating blondies were not that big. Like 2020 was kind of, once everyone started baking at home, blondies became the in thing. But
because they're trying to differentiate from brownie.
People did start to fall into the blondie world, and I appreciated every single person that I brought through. So if you're an old small slicer and you have my blondie,
me,
you get
that's why we're here today, you know,
because you're a loyal customer.
Yeah, those boxes.
I don't think that's quite why we're here today.
Well, anyways, I had a quick question.
Go on.
Because I've seen some people say when you're baking with fruit, it's best to use freeze-dried, but I've noticed that you said that you use fresh raspberries.
It depends what you're making.
Okay.
So the blondies, or typically anything that contains raspberries in, sometimes I work with fresh, sometimes I work with frozen, sometimes I work with freeze-dried. If I was making the buttercream, I put freeze-dried in because you get no moisture.
Yeah.
You don't want a buttercream to end up wet up.
Okay.
Because remember as well, when you have got fresh raspberries, they themselves could be wet. But the frozen raspberries contain the most moisture because they probably have ice on them.
Yeah. So
they serve a different purpose, but I'd put freeze-dried ground in a buttercream or even on top of a buttercream. Fresh, if you're going to eat it fresh, then bake it fresh. Yeah. So I wouldn't put fresh fruit in like a cake that I was probably making for like, I don't know, an occasion cake, like a tall occasion cake. I'd either make it into a jam, or potentially I'd probably make it into a jam. Okay. Like I think that's another option there, jam, because that's technically preserved. Jam is preserving fruit with sugar.
Yeah.
Like that's literally preserving it. Frozen, I will use frozen when I'm doing cookies because it's easier to manipulate the cookie dough in your hands with frozen fruit.
Not freeze-dried?
Not freeze-dried, frozen.
Why?
It's just literally easier to work with, so I can rough them up a bit more, and I can crumble them. I can crumble a frozen raspberry into a batter and it not just turn into actual wetness. Okay. They all have a different purpose. Okay. But I went with fresh in the blondies today. I could have used frozen. I've used frozen in them before. You went with fresh because I knew it was getting eaten within a couple of days. if you're working with fresh fruit, you also have to consider the life of the thing that you're putting it into. But that's my preference.
Lovely.
And that's my food highlight because yes, there's a little touch of cardamom in there, which gives it a little je ne sais quoi, but also a level of kind of elevated palate.
Okay.
To appreciate
Yeah.
things like cardamom. And recognize as well. I've made them for my friend once. She was like, "It's that thing that's always in curry."
Yeah.
Because when you bite into a cardamom pod,
I didn't bite into any, but I did notice that it wasn't giving white chocolate and raspberry just bleh.
yeah,
There was something.
because I don't put I put the pot. So you can either when I've got time, it's a melted butter recipe, and I'll burst the cardamom pod and melt the butter with the cardamom pod.
Okay.
But I didn't really have time like that.
Yeah.
So I just opened the pods and crushed the seeds as finely as I could and put the seeds in the actual batter. But just a little elevation, a little something. I guess it's like working with a bay leaf. But yeah, that's my food highlight of the week. Something that I actually decided to make. A few episodes ago, we did Dessert Person.
Yes.
Which was the name of a book by Claire Saffitz, and also my spirit, my soul. I'm a dessert person. Today we are leaning into the title of another book by someone that we've spoken about on the podcast a fair few times. Her name is Holly Haynes. Her Instagram is It's Holly. I think her Twitter also is It's Holly. We just call her Holly because we feel like we know her on a personal level, even though we don't. And her book is called, one of her books is called How to Eat Your Feelings. So we've spoken about before that, I think in our Women in Food episode, our Culinary Queens episode, the best way to support a lot of women in food and the food industry is to purchase their products.
Yes.
So here in my hand, I have How to Eat Your Feelings by Holly Haynes. This, unfortunately, isn't actually available in print in this form in the UK.
Yeah, just the ebook.
So you can access the recipes and actually buy some of the things that we're going to be talking about if you get the ebook. Malaka is very sad about this because I have it and she doesn't.
I need the physical copy. I need it.
Holly, babe, if you're out there,
babe,
if you're out there, and there is any chance of this coming back in print in the UK, it is available on Amazon US if you're listening in Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening across the world because a lot of regions get to order from Amazon US. But unfortunately in the UK, it will be the ebook. But it's the cutest book ever. It has on the front of it 2 chocolate grilled cheese sandwiches that are crying, and it is a collection of recipes.
Chocolate grilled cheese?
Yeah, it's one of the
Really?
recipes in the book. Yeah, I think it's one of her sad recipes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a chocolate sandwich on page 99.
With cheese?
No, did I say grilled cheese?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what was
sorry.
throwing me off.
Oh, no, I don't think I meant grilled cheese. I think it's just a
Okay.
grilled chocolate sandwich. Let me open the recipe. Hawaiian or egg bread, chopped chocolate, molten salt, butter. No cheese.
Okay, it's a chocolate sandwich.
I was spreading lies, fake
Yeah.
news.
I was going to say, okay, maybe it's like one of them like blanded cheeses, you know?
Oh, no,
Sometimes
no,
we put
no.
chocolate and cheese together. Okay.
So, How to Eat Your Feelings, working through emotions,
Soft cheese.
one recipe at a time. And the introduction, I'll just read the first line, is I didn't realise how often I use cooking as a form of meditation until I began looking back through my recipes and thinking about what was happening at the time when they were written. Then I saw the pattern. And I think you can tell when you look at Holly as a creator as well, what mood she's in
Yeah.
and what she's feeling for. But we just wanted to riff on this today and discuss how we eat our feelings. I think the term eating your feelings gets thrown around negatively sometimes. Well, I've heard it negatively. But
When you say negatively, what do you mean in terms of like not comfort eating?
yeah,
but,
like you'll say it to yourself like I'm eating my feelings, like, and it usually is about your sad
binge
feelings.
eating. I
Yeah,
guess,
but
is
it's
where-
about your sad feelings.
Yeah.
And I think this book is good because it has a lot of sad feelings in it. The chapters are annoyed, anxious, bored, cold-blooded, confused, happy, lonely, messy, sad AF, stressed, and then thankful. Some of which are quite negative. But I think
The thing is though, feelings are it's a spectrum, it's a range of emotions.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think sad, etc. are negative. I don't really think they're negative.
You've got to go
emotions.
through them.
Yeah, they are emotions.
They are what they are, yeah.
And I think people think that they're negative, but it's just an emotion.
Just an
a
emotion.
feeling that you're working through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
some of the standout recipes from the book, we'll just talk about a few of them. One I really like is in the start of the anxious chapter. It's these mushroom and quinoa pot stickers, so dumplings. And
Like gyoza.
like gyoza.
That's what they call pot stickers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think gyoza is when you're the Japanese, I don't know if pot stickers belong
Pot
to
stickers
certain
are like the
regions.
American gentrification of a gyoza.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
And Holly's written, I needed something tedious and time consuming. I need to keep my hands busy. I need to zone out for a good amount of time, but not really have to think too hard. It's time for dumplings. I think that is a really nice spin on, not spin, but just method of dealing with anxiety and a way to frame anxiety and being anxious in a way that you end up with something delicious and you might just feel different by the end of it.
It's like rechanneling that energy
basically,
into something that has quite a beautiful outcome, because the core emotion might not be positive in that sense, do you know what I mean?
But you rechannel
that energy into something else,
happy. I really like what she's written about happy in the start of the happy chapter, because it's just more about, it's more than what you might just think happiness is. And I think this is a really important way of thinking about it, especially in light of what we said on our toxic diet culture and relationship with food episode. She said, I'm feeling good, my body's feeling nice, my gut's acting right, my hair is growing, and that little ball patch in my left eyebrow that I overplucked 8 months ago finally came back. I've been meditating and taking my vitamins. This is usually about the time a man comes into my life and F's things up.
Okay, no, not that part,
but not this time, Satan. High key, this is my favourite chapter. Is this me and you? And not my eyebrows.
No, well, shush.
And the recipes in this chapter are brown butter chili eggs, a good tuna salad, chicken shawarma, $2,000 chocolate cake.
I feel her on the tuna salad.
You probably
the other day
do.
When I was peaking, I was having a tuna pasta salad like crazy.
You were.
Yeah, I do love a tuna salad. Well, they call like tuna mayo like a tuna salad.
Tuna salad, yeah. There's just one recipe in this book that I really don't know why it's here. And that is in the lonely section. And I get it.
Yeah.
So Holly's written, give me all the comfort foods now and immediately. My insides want to be warm and cozy. Specifically, I want Filipino classics and piles of hot rice. It's not the prettiest food, but it sure is the comfiest.
Yeah.
So there's a recipe in here for corned beef and rice.
See, this is why she's my girl. This is why I love her. She knows good things, honestly. Let me see that. That looks fantastic.
Corned beef and rice. She does, however, caveat with, listen, I'm not big on eating canned meats. But this right here?
Well, this is it. I don't eat canned meats other than corned beef. Please, give me...
No. It's a very simple recipe with only 7 ingredients. Personally, I feel like you need a few more. You're dealing with corned beef. But anyway.
What do you know? You don't even eat it.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah, can I see? Thank you. Oh, is that spring onions on top? Canned corned beef, ground black pepper. To be honest, that's pretty much how we would eat it.
Who's we?
In Jamaica.
Oh, so you're speaking for all Jamaicans?
The people that like corned beef and the people that eat good things. You don't really cook it up with too much. Onions, garlic, and some black pepper is really sufficient because it's got a lot of flavour. Love that. Corned beef and rice, fantastic. I need this book.
Give it back.
Anyways,
those are some of the recipes that Holly has selected and across her feelings. And now we're going to get into ours.
Okay.
So we rethought the list a little, just based on
our shared feelings.
Yeah, our shared feelings.
Have a lot.
And the ones that we gravitate to food in. So some of the feelings that Holly shared, I just don't gravitate to food in. Like,
I would lose my appetite.
I'm not going to eat. I don't even know what being cold-blooded really means, but I'm probably not going to eat. So we have got a few different ones. So let's start. Our first one is going to be from Holly's list, and that is happy. So how would you eat your feeling if your feeling was happy?
If I'm happy, I'm eating out.
I hear it.
If I'm really, really happy. So I guess if I'm happy and I'm in the mood just to bask in that happiness, I'm eating out somewhere. It might be somewhere on the list that I want to try, somewhere that I really enjoy. So for example, and the thing is with me, I go through phases. So for example, in the last month, I probably had the Colombian food like 3 times. Okay. Do you know what I mean? That won't always be the case. I won't always go there when I'm happy. There was a time when I was going to Riding House Cafe for my particular dishes, because that was my thing at the time. So I will tend to attach myself to the last place that I really enjoyed. And if I'm happy, I will just keep going back there until I'm sick of it or I'm tired of it or I've moved on. Alternatively, when I'm happy, it's not that I eat this way when I'm happy, but I'm happiest when I'm Eating clean, essentially.
Yeah.
When I'm
feeling good. Like
yeah,
what,
when I'm
what Holly
feeling
said.
not having as much gluten, no gluten at all. Keeping it very simple, very basic, and the food is not the center of my feelings. I guess like my meals are very basic.
Yeah.
I'm meal prepping. I'm having very light meals. And I just feel happy because my lifestyle and my routine is intact, and that in turn makes me feel happy. So there's an action that I take when I'm happy, and there's an action that is taken that makes me feel happy, and they're both food related.
I like that.
Thanks.
I like that. And I think I agree. On the list, happy is actually the one that I didn't write anything down for. And I was starting to worry if maybe I just don't know happiness. Because I don't know. But now I've heard you say that, I think there is a certain attachment I have with it's whatever at that moment.
Yeah.
Like what if I'm happy and I have access and I have money and I can do what I want, I'm going to do whatever it is that I want in that moment. And the only thing that really stuck out to me is, yes, going out, but I think a food-centered experience would be somewhere like Borough Market for me, where I think the things that bring me happiness and also that I want when I'm happy is variety and choice.
Yeah.
I want a few things. If I'm really happy, I want this and that and this.
Yeah.
Which I think you can get at a place like Borough, or I would go to like central London and maybe go to like, I don't know, not necessarily go anywhere fancy, but just pick up a few of my favourite things.
Yeah.
Like, I'll pick up a Ben's cookie and go about my way. Might go to like Selfridges and pick up something from the food hall that's like excessive or ridiculous, like a brand new matcha, or do you know what I mean? Like, and there it's definitely my happiness and being happy and getting happy. Definitely, there is a food-centered thing there, but I don't know if there's like a go-to for happiness.
No.
That's like, I'm so happy that I want to eat this thing, but there are so many things that I can eat and I'll just be like, I am so happy.
Yeah, for sure. I like the point that you made about buying particular products or ingredients when you're happy or to make you happy. I will say, if I'm not happy and I want to be happy, then it means, like you said, doing whatever it is that I want. So I will go to the supermarket and buy nonsense. I will pick up the olive oil that is way out of the budget. Do you know what I mean? But right now, I just need to feel like I've got the freedom to do what I want, and that makes me feel happy when I fill up my basket with all these new, exciting, shiny things, and I can just try stuff. That will make me happy. And if I am happy, that's another way that I kind of reaffirm my happiness.
Nothing like a good supermarket wander as well. For inspiration as well, not just happiness, but okay, I like that. Right, next on the list, sentimental / nostalgic.
Yeah.
How would you eat that feeling?
So,
or what are the meals that maybe come to mind?
I would say the meals that bring peak nostalgia for me are the meals that I had in uni. Because I cooked growing up in my household, but obviously moving out for uni was the first time that I was responsible for my own meals for myself, and I could do what I want, and I could have the same thing 5 days in a row if I wanted to. I could cook at midnight, I could just do whatever. And there were a couple of things that we banged out in uni that if I were to have it again, it would literally transport me back to...
Like what?
Well...
It's better not be no After the Rave, Bagel King.
Bagel King is one of them, but I've spoken about Bagel King on the Dessert Person episode, so that one definitely takes me back. I think I mentioned this, I don't remember what episode it was, but the barbecue chicken with sweet corn and pasta.
Guilty Pleasures, I think it was.
No, because we haven't done Guilty Pleasures again. I think it may have been Dessert Person, and I mentioned it as an afterthought after that, the Bagel King. Okay. I'm not sure, but we do need to come back to Guilty Pleasures.
Yeah.
But it was like baked barbecue chicken. I think definitely my era, definitely people that started university in 2008, barbecue chicken with mac and cheese. I wasn't one of those babes that were cooking for the mandem, personally. I was cooking for my household, but barbecue chicken with mac and cheese was the 2008 freshers cheat code meal thing that everybody was making, and if you wanted to show that you could cook, that tended to be what people made. I just liked the barbecue chicken, but I realised as the years went on, it was a thing that a lot of people did.
That's crazy.
I wonder how many people use my recipes. Don't know. However, barbecue chicken with pasta and sweet corn. For some reason, that combination really worked for us. We called it grease, and we loved it because it had a bit of oil in the pan. Or mince with pasta, which is basically like bolognese sauce. With pasta, but we wouldn't call it bolognese because we would use that fusilli pasta. Whatever you could get cheapest and in bulk, we were using that. Or my mum used to...
That doesn't make it not a bolognese though. It just makes
we just didn't call it bolognese. because we just said it was like mince and pasta. I don't know why. But it was cooked in a tomato sauce, like a bolognese.
Bolognese
well, we called it pasta and mince, and they were like, "Oh, I want some pasta and mince." Or we would have like this. My mum used to send me these tins of salmon. Basically, it was like wild red salmon in a tin, and I would use that for a tomato-based pasta sauce.
So tinned fish is fine. Tinned beef is fine.
Yeah.
Tinned cheese
corned
was
beef.
also fine. Yeah, they're all fine.
Yeah, as is the orange chicken from the fridges. So
lemon chicken,
same thing. Who cares anymore? It's all the same. Citrus fruit chicken in the fridge.
Shut up.
Or kebab and chips, which I mentioned on our first Guilty Pleasures. I banged on. If you haven't listened to that, you can listen to why I love kebab, meat and chips.
Sponge meat.
Yes, the spongy
corned
bits.
beef on a stick.
Fantastic. Those are like the peak nostalgic dishes for me. I don't actually really eat them anymore, but those are the ones that would literally like, that's so raisin, like, I'd be right back there.
I think some of my nostalgic dishes, thanks for bringing it up, I wouldn't have actually said, lemon chicken is not like a nostalgic thing, but it is, because I definitely haven't had it in years.
Yeah.
And every time you bring it up to talk me, I want to go and buy it, like, today.
Do they have it at Marks and Spencer's? Because I think I could be okay with that.
Probably.
Okay.
In the Taste of Asia section.
Yeah.
Potentially. There was something that my dad used to make. I might have mentioned it before. We just called it pasta zhuzh. It's so funny because you called it grise. Like, you call it something, but it's not necessarily what it is.
Yeah.
And thinking about it now, it has the hallmarks of poverty.
What do you mean?
It was already cooked chicken.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You have to think about it. Yeah.
It was already cooked chicken, pasta, usually fusilli. And then for some reason, it was stir fry sauce.
Okay, which one? The black bean? Or?
No, the spicy Szechuan
Okay, yeah.
sauce, the Blue Dragon one, or the Tesco own brand one. And tinned sweet corn. And that was it.
I call that innovation. That's what I call that.
Right.
Yeah.
But we would make obviously cook the pasta, chop up the ready cooked chicken, warm it in the pan, maybe with the sweet corn. I feel like there might have been a bit of onion, but honestly, might have been pushing it. I don't know. I don't even know we had flavours like that these times. And then literally put the boiled pasta into the wok where you've done it. It's a big pan. Put the stir fry sauce over it and just like coat it for a bit. Pasta zhuzh, babe.
My only question
to
Daddy would be, why pasta and not noodles?
Probably because I don't know.
Okay.
No idea.
You kind of lost me with the stir fry sauce and the pasta, but then again I was having barbecue chicken with pasta, so I feel like pasta was one of those things, the dried cheap pasta. It was just so cost effective.
It wasn't until later in life that I realised that we were doing this with stir fry sauce. I
could have just used that tin pasta sauce.
I don't know. We did what we did.
You must have liked the flavours, I guess.
Because it's sweet. And it's more than just tomato sauce.
Do you know what I actually what would be nostalgic for me? My grandma used to do like stew chicken, and then she would mix pasta into it. Whenever I'd go to Jamaica, she would do that. And it was just like chopped up bits of chicken, cooked like stew chicken, and then she would mix pasta into it. And I think she would put like petit pois or something in it.
There's always some kind of small veg in it.
Type of veg in it. But I really liked it when I was younger. Yeah, it was nice. I think one time, me and my brother were in Jamaica, and I don't know why. Maybe it was age, but she told him that she was making macaroni, and it was macaroni pasta she used to use. But all my brother heard was macaroni and cheese. Yeah. And she served this stewed chicken macaroni dish, and he was so disappointed. He could not cope. He was on the verge of tears because my brother, like I said, is a mouse, and he used to love cheese. And
macaroni and chicken.
Yeah, he was just like, I thought Grandma said we were having macaroni cheese, and she was like, it's macaroni, yes. And it was macaroni and chicken. He was so disappointed, but I used to love that dish. Might make that again, actually. I made it a couple of times.
When you're doing it, can you have the brown chicken without the macaroni? That would be great.
No problem.
That's a sentimental nostalgic meal. I mean, there are so many meals, and there's one thing that actually throws me back, and it's ice cream van lemon sorbet with strawberry sauce and a flake.
Okay, yeah.
Like
99p.
The lemon sorbet, strawberry sauce with a flake. If I see an ice cream van and I order that,
lemon sorbet with a flake.
Don't ask questions. It's like I shrink down into the smaller version of myself. I'm 6 years old again, and now.
Are there ice cream vans still on the roads?
Didn't you just hear one?
Oh no, I missed it. I didn't even
singing
think about
its song.
Oh.
There are ice cream brands about. But seasonally.
Yeah.
Seasonally.
Okay.
Next emotion or next feeling that we're gonna eat is sad.
I'm gonna be honest.
Be
when
honest.
I'm really sad, my appetite goes out the window. I don't want to eat anything. I literally will not eat. I'm eating purely for sustenance, and I will eat. I'll probably say I'll kind of eat whatever because I actually don't care about what I'm eating. I just need to make sure I'm eating something. I probably go down to like 1 meal a day.
Yeah.
And that's about it. When I'm really sad, my appetite, I cannot eat. And I think that's why I said before, probably in the first episode, I can't cook for content.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not in the mood, I don't want to eat it. And if I don't want to eat it, it literally affects my ability to cook. Everything just starts to go askew. Measurements are off, over salted, it's burning. I'm just not focused on cooking. I'm literally fighting for my life. So yeah, me and sad, food is not even a part of it.
I hear you on that and agree with most of what you just said, but my thing is that I will go towards snacks and I will eat things. I will probably be consuming 2,000 plus calories a day of garbage.
Really?
Like I will wax off packets of biscuits. I will buy white chocolate fingers and just demolish them. I'll buy custard creams.
I was about to say custard creams.
Yes, custard creams done out, like just crap. And it's kind of nostalgic, but I guess not sentimental. There was an end of a relationship in my youth.
Yeah.
And I was living on cheese and onion crisps.
Really?
Yeah, because I was at uni and I was on an internship as well. So I would just literally be eating cheese and onion crisps because I felt like
your
all
breath
the
must
crisps
have been kicking.
of all
the flavours to live off of.
But you know what it is? Of all the flavours, I feel like cheese and onion Walkers are the most filling. They're the most food-like.
I think this is a conversation for another day.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris and all that good stuff.
Yeah. But that's a weird sentimental / sad memory.
When I was younger and I was, to be honest, I probably lose my appetite now because when I was sad when I was younger, I would eat.
Right.
And in order to manage my weight, essentially, I think I just broke myself out of that habit. That if I'm sad, I do not think about food. I have to think about something else. So I would like order Chinese. I would order Chinese if I was sad, or there was a place near me when I lived in
lonely
Tottenham.
takeaway.
Yeah, like something that just one portion, enough for myself, probably just about hitting the minimum order value to get them to deliver. Or I'd get like a bento box. I went through a phase of like a bento box, like a salmon bento box with the little miso soup, and that was just enough, and a bit of tempura, or like gyoza, whatever they fry on the side, and I'd probably have that. It's probably like the sugar, the salt, the MSG just got me going. Yeah.
Well, I mean, this might link into sad, but I think not. Self-care. How would you eat your feelings around self-care, or what is the way that you like to eat as a form of self-care?
So there's two ways: in the house and out of the house.
Go on.
When I'm out of the house, if I really want to spend time with myself, I'll take myself out to eat. And it's kind of, for me, self-care is usually done from a very positive place, very intentionally. So it's pretty much in line with how I eat when I'm happy.
Okay.
And I'll just go out somewhere that is a comfort at the time, somewhere that I've been wanting to try. And I'll just go and I'll eat there, or maybe somewhere locally that just feels anywhere that just kind of feels comforting to me. If not, if I'm at home, there's a couple of things I found that I tend to lean towards.
Go on.
Things that I feel like I'm just cooking one pot.
Okay.
Like one pot type dishes, and things that I think I can cook sufficiently for one person as well. Because I think there's some things when you cook it, I'm not going to cook a pot of stewed chicken for one. Like, do you know what I mean? Little things like that. So some kind of pasta, tomato-based sauce. I love a tomato-based sauce with my muti tin tomatoes. Love a tomato-based
and your
sauce.
radio-free, gluten-free pasta.
I love that. Or I will have some kind of ramen bowl, like ramen noodle bowl. I tend to have those quite a bit with like a boiled egg and some crispy onions, spring onions, and maybe some kind of protein like beef sausage or something, or maybe even like gyoza, the prawn gyoza from Costco.
Oh my god, you're jumping ahead for me. This is all written down somewhere else for me, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay, yeah, I like to have gyoza. Or one thing that I really do like, but I haven't had it for a little while, is a prawn omelette. I used to love that. I think I even shared a reel on my Instagram, because that is like your self-care, staying at home type of thing, and it's prawn omelette. Love it, with some chili oil on top, lots of spring onions, Absolutely love it. So anything that I feel can be done in one pan, maybe max 2 pots, I can have make a good portion for myself and maybe have just a little bit left over. But if I'm really doing self-care at home, I tend to just finish everything.
Yeah,
I'm quite indulgent
that's
in
the
my
thing
nature.
as well. Yeah.
So I don't want to cook too much. I don't want it to be too laborious. But enough that I feel like I'm kind of getting into it. I can take my time with it. And then I can sit down, I can just eat it out of a nice big bowl by myself. Yeah.
I will 100%. You're living my life. I'm going next because it's going to sound like I'm copying everything.
Okay, go on.
But bowl food, number one. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you've seen this TikTok where it's like, all we are is girls looking for bowls that look like plates and plates that look like bowls.
I've got one that, the flat
the pasta bowls.
Dish, yeah.
So I've got those. I eat from a plate very rarely.
Yeah, same.
And I love a bowl and I love a good pasta bowl with like a good flat bottom. I have the IKEA set, but I retired those because I bought a set from Home Sense. So my set on top, those are practically brand new, the IKEA ones. To be honest, I need to get rid of them. But anyway.
Why, you don't like them anymore?
No. I've only got them because I've got 6 of them. So if I'm cooking for people, like when my friends come over, we probably will use all of them because it's just easy, especially when you're doing girls' night, you've done a big pasta to just plate up pastas. But yeah, I don't really use them anymore. They're just taking up space in the cupboard that I could be using for more hydro flasks.
Okay.
But my pasta, as discussed on Certified Pasta Lover episode.
Yes. Amatriziana.
My Amatriziana. And it's kind of a bit of both because it feeds into that home aspect of what you're saying with self-care and the going out, because I typically do not have the ingredients for it. I don't just keep pancetta or guanciale or lardo. I don't just keep these things around. So it involves me either leaving the house, and even if I just do the cheats version, which is to use like lardons or bacon, or the goal one, which I have a whole YouTube video of me just spending the day doing this.
In Italy?
Yeah, like go to somewhere like Italy or pre-Italy. I'd end up all the way in Central to go to like a deli, Italian deli, or like Lena stores, or even like Carluccio's, the deli kind of area, to get the guanciale. I don't know why, but part of me just always is buying garlic.
Yeah.
Like, you never know who've got garlic, but you know you do.
Yeah.
You just buy one anyway.
Might not be just enough.
Yeah, it might start growing a little sprout
less.
or something.
Yeah.
So garlic, and then whatever pasta I want. So typically I like it with linguine, which is I do usually have, but if I've gone all the way to Italy, I'm probably going to pick up a little charm, you know what I'm saying? A little fancy something. This reminds me, actually, I saw bucatini spaghetti in Sainsbury's yesterday, dried.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Didn't buy it because I didn't fancy it, but it's out there. That's my little comfort thing, to go and buy the special ingredients for just making the one thing.
Yeah.
Not doing a whole heap of groceries, just buying exactly what it is that you're going to cook and then probably using all of it.
Yeah.
I love me that.
Yeah.
Next up is celebratory.
Yes.
I'm going to start.
Okay, go on.
If I'm celebrating or being celebrated, we should probably be in a restaurant.
Facts.
And my restaurant of choice, or restaurant cuisine of choice, is going to be Asian food.
Okay, why?
Particularly Thai. I would accept Chinese, but the key thing is probably spicy. A spicy noodle, that might be my happy food. Actually, no, it might be my sad food. A spicy noodle is going to get me there.
Okay.
I just love it. And probably with some kind of seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about that is I just like, and typically I like the aesthetic of Asian restaurants.
Yeah.
Kind of, you can get really good Asian restaurants from holes in the wall all the way up to like
when you
fancy.
say Asian, are you talking like Indian over to Thai, Chinese?
Probably yes.
Okay.
Probably yes. I've written down Thai or Chinese, but Thai.
Yeah.
But I've had some great, and probably the last few big celebrations, mainly for my parents, that we've been to Indian restaurants for, that I've absolutely loved. And it's weird, these feelings all tie together. But I have a very clear memory of spending my birthday, a couple of birthdays at Dishoom.
Yeah, okay.
But
you were really riding out for Dishoom, innit?
But not in a big celebratory way. So there was one, which I think my 22nd.
Yeah.
I was working in Shoreditch near that one. I just took myself, I sneaked out the office, I went to lunch. I had a banquet in Dishoom by myself. Another birthday, I was at Dishoom in Birmingham. I had Dishoom breakfast. There was another, like, not my birthday itself, but around my birthday. Ended up at the one in Covent Garden and just had like a little, I think I had breakfast there as well. But that was by myself.
Yeah.
So it's not like, it's celebratory, but it's also self-carey, but it's also just like what's the word? Like a constant, a reliable thing.
Yeah.
So yes, I am generalizing, but not generalizing. When I do generalize, all Asian food, I think for me, will get me going on a special occasion. I feel like I love Italian, and as we discussed on the Taste Atlas episode, I do think it deserves to be up there in the rankings, but I don't really think it has the edge of being like special occasion food necessarily.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if I want to eat pasta on a special occasion. I don't know if I want to eat pizza on a special occasion. Generalizing, obviously simplifying the hell out of this, but I don't know if I want to eat that kind of food on a special occasion. I feel like I want to have a little chopstick.
Okay, fair enough. Something different.
A little something different.
Yeah, okay. When I'm celebrating, I do like to be going out to celebrate. I'm not really into... I will always have some kind of dinner at home as part of like my familial-based celebrations, but they're work. There is nothing really relaxing about a dinner at home because I'm always involved.
Yeah, and you like a curry goat. At Christmas episode, you said that there's no celebration without a curry goat.
At my parents' house, they don't really eat too much red meat. No, so if it's like a big family party, then yes. But if it's like, oh, something's happened, I'm just gonna go to my parents to celebrate, then probably not. But yeah, I don't really like having to cook. So it's part of it, just because it's like a part of it is to celebrate at home with family. But if I have my way, I will always go out to eat. And I wouldn't necessarily say I have a cuisine of choice, but if I'm celebrating, I want to be in heels. I want to be somewhere I want to be dressed up.
100%.
So I'm probably not going to go for a hole in the wall, very casual type environment.
No.
I'm going to go for something a bit more uptown.
Fair enough.
Not necessarily Michelin starred or anything like that, but definitely where the aesthetic, the ambience is very nice.
Yeah.
The menu is on the fancier side probably. And
not on a QR code.
No, I need a nice menu. I need some nice cocktails.
Yeah.
Really beautiful interior. The whole experience, because I want to dress up and I want to be in a place that feels dressed up and fancy and bougie. That's what I like when I'm really celebrating. If I like to celebrate everything, I'm that kind of person. Everything is a celebration. So sometimes it might just be let's just go out to eat just to acknowledge this good thing that has happened. And then that might be either like a spot that me and whoever the person is celebrating likes, somewhere local, or just eating for the sake of eating. But yeah, when I'm celebrating, I like to go out to eat, and I like the environment to play into that and to make me feel like this is like a celebration.
A thing.
So that could be English, Thai, whatever kind of cuisine.
More about the vibe.
Yeah, it's more about the vibe. So
okay. Now we're going to take a turn.
Okay.
To something that we probably feel a little bit too often. Hormonal. This wasn't in Holly's book.
Yeah.
But there are certain times of the month and life in which the hormones are hormoning and it's taking over my psyche, and all I want to eat is carbs.
Yeah.
All of the above carbs though, like everything we've already mentioned, I want it, and I want it together. I want the custard creams with the pasta and the apple crumble. I want it all. If it's made of flour particularly, I'm eat it.
I think when I'm hormonal, I like more fried things. So the thing is, I take a supplement, a premenstrual supplement, the Health and Her premenstrual. And I find when I'm taking that consistently, I actually don't really experience cravings as much, because my hormonal things kind of show up in like back pain, tiredness. So I might lean to more sweet things, because probably my body wants the glucose and the sugar and the energy. But like when I'm top tier, I don't really have cravings. When I'm not really top tier, I tend to find myself feeling like, I could do a
little something on
a bit of fried chicken, some chips, fish and chips, and I might even have a young McDonald's type of thing.
Oh yeah.
The salt, do you know what I mean? Apple pie. Might start craving a couple desserts, and I'm not really a dessert person. So sugar, salt, those kinds of things.
Fried.
Yeah. When I was younger, for very, very many years of my life, my hormonal care package to myself, and I didn't actually realise I was doing this every single month for a very long time, was Sweet Chili Sensations.
Love those.
I absolutely love those.
That's a nostalgic moment for me.
A bottle of Ribena, pre-sugar tax.
Yes.
Yeah, the pre-sugar tax Ribena.
Yes.
In fact, no, it wasn't the bottle, it was a carton.
Yes.
It was a carton of Ribena filled with sugar and other good bits and bobs.
Good things.
And then a Kit Kat, like the original Kit Kat, or a Kit Kat Chunky. It was one or the other.
God.
But that was my little care package. I would just literally zone out, beeline to the corner shop, and I'd pick them all up, and I would just, the salt from the crisps, the sugar, it was just
You
perfect.
have just like unlocked a correlation in me that I didn't know I had.
What?
So my trio, my holy trinity is Thai Sensations, Rubicon Mango, pre-sugar tax, carton, and a white Kinder Bueno.
That was one of my bad boys as well.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
And I used to do that, maybe it was a hormonal thing, because there'd be times it was my back of the bus food, basically. Like after school, back of the bus.
Yeah.
And it wasn't all the time, it wasn't an everyday thing. But now I'm wondering, was it the weeks when I wanted to do it, was it because of that? And sometimes, even as recently as last month.
Oh, interesting.
Sometimes I'll be in the period of being hormonal where I have no appetite.
Yeah.
Or like the causes of the hormones mean I've got no appetite, but I know I need to eat. And there's a lot of calories in crisps.
Yeah.
So I will go and buy the family bag of Thai sweet chili
Seriously?
and I will just eat it like throughout the afternoon at work.
I just feel like I've never heard this before.
Yeah, you probably haven't, because I don't tell you stuff because it just backfires on me.
Like the lemon chicken.
Yeah. See, I've told you that. I've never heard the end of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, very. So yeah, you've just unlocked a deep-rooted therapy-inducing.
Yeah, I'd say now I don't really snack as much, so I won't buy like Kit Kat or crisps. It's just not really something I would do. My last like crisp binge was in the new year post-COVID, where I just got attached to crisps again, and I was trying all the different flavors, and it was crazy. Like I just felt like I was hostage to crisps, so I've had to cut that out again, because like you said, there is a lot of calories in crisps.
Because they're fried potato.
Yeah, but the good crisps.
So good.
Love them. Yeah.
Comfort food. Again, this could tie to a few different emotions and feelings that we've spoken about. I will.
Okay.
So I've got comfort food for each of my parents.
Okay.
Who technically going home, obviously now I live out, but going home brings comfort.
Yeah.
And I spoke about this, it was my food highlight a few episodes ago. For if I'm going home to see my dad, I want a cornmeal porridge.
Yeah.
Shut up. This is what I'm telling you things.
Yeah.
I'm a victim. Cornmeal porridge with Jacob's crackers cracked up on top. We spoke about this before. And if it's just me and my mum, I mean, chances are I'm probably going out to eat, let's face it. If I'm feeling really down and it's like, Mummy needs to fix this, she will do me ribs and rice.
In what kind of sauce?
So it's, honestly, I don't really know what to say. It's brown, saucy ribs.
Yeah. They're barbecue.
They're barbecuey, but they're not really, like they're oven baked.
Okay.
I would say they're kind of like half sitting in the sauce. So the top is kind of a bit crisper, obviously, once she's rotated it a few times. But I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out what the recipe is, because there might not be one. No, my mum probably a little bit of this, little bit of that.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
It tastes consistent. Like,
Yeah. She's 100% a method behind it.
Okay.
But it's barbecue-ish, hoisin leaning, soy leaning.
Like a sweet sticky rib. Okay.
But it's like a gravy that it's in, not like a sticky sauce, because then it's on white rice.
Yeah.
Growing up, the rice that we would eat was easy cooked white rice.
Okay.
So now we don't really buy that anymore.
Yeah.
But if she's doing the ribs, she'll go and buy the white bullet rice.
Really?
Always. It's just how it has to go, because that rice absorbs gravy.
Yeah.
I can have, and I'm not really a gravy condiment person, but my rice could be swimming in that gravy.
Okay.
Absolutely love it. That's like a key comfort food. And I guess another one that I'd attribute to my mum, another red meat one, because again, if this is just me and my mum and it's like comfort, it's like going home to complain to my mum about something. If my dad's not around, we'll eat red meat. Would just be roast pork and roasted butternut squash.
Okay.
I think it's something that we used to do, because those days when my dad wouldn't be around is because he'd be working late, he'd be working nights, and we just throw it in the oven. We'd probably sit down and watch TV and do nothing, and then it'd be like, oh, our things are roasted. Our butternut squash is roasted. Our pork, like, just roasted, and we just literally eat it. We'd eat the pork off the chopping board and have a plate and just eat butternut squash and just.
It's funny you say that.
Just chill.
When I'm like really want to just be comfortable, sometimes I just want roasted vegetables.
Yeah.
And that's like roasted broccoli, roasted butternut squash.
Yeah, you should do butternut squash.
Like those two.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them roasted. Yeah.
That's what we do. What you got?
So for my comfort,
go on.
One of my favorite comfort foods. This is what my mum cooks for me. She cooks it for me whenever she thinks that my energy is low.
Yeah.
Basically, it's chicken livers. but it's the way my mum cooks the chicken livers specifically. I only eat my mum's chicken livers and I absolutely love it. I love the texture, I love the gravy, I love everything. And when she gives it to me with turned cornmeal, I absolutely love that. So for you guys that don't know, turned cornmeal is basically cornmeal, or like polenta, if you don't know what cornmeal is. But polenta and cornmeal can be finer than polenta. And it's boiled in like coconut milk with like thyme, bay leaf, some pimento, a little bit of spices, and then you basically let it absorb all of the moisture. You keep turning it, and it's almost like having like pounded yam or something. Right. But I love turned cornmeal. I think there's different versions throughout the world.
Yeah.
If you're Bayesian, it's very similar to kuku.
Okay.
But
there's a version from the south.
Like grits.
Well, it's definitely cornmeal. Yeah. I think it comes with like gumbo, like okra. I can see okra maybe. In my head. It's like the cornmeal is the base, but yes.
Yeah, something like that. But yes, the chicken livers with turned cornmeal and some kind of veg on the side. Oh, I absolutely I feel like I'm wrapped in my mother's arms when I'm eating that. I absolutely love it. And something that comforts me. My dad doesn't do it very often.
Sorry to cut you. On the chicken livers thread.
Yeah.
My mum's comfort food.
It's chicken liver.
Would be her mum's liver and bacon.
Really?
Like, and my mum would always say, like, liver and bacon specifically, she'd only want to eat it if my grandma made it. Or if now, obviously my grandma's passed, if she makes it for herself.
Oh, okay.
But that's probably her nostalgic food. But it's so weird that I think the more obscure the part of the animal is, you can't trust anyone's hand, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the thing is with liver, it can, if you don't cook it right, it can become quite tough. It doesn't necessarily have a nice consistency. Okay. But my mum's chicken livers, I love, like I absolutely love them.
Liver and bacon.
Actually, with turned cornmeal. I don't mind it with hard food, but when it's with turned cornmeal, there's something about the gravy against the turned cornmeal, the textures and stuff. I absolutely love it.
It's an experience.
For sure. And then, my dad, when I was growing up, my dad used to make these like fish balls, and it was basically with like minced salmon. He'd have like a mincer and everything, and he'd get like fresh salmon, put it through the mincer, and then he'd make these fish balls, and I loved them. I absolutely loved them, and he'd give it to me with like rice sometimes or pasta, and he'd cook it up in like some kind of sauce or gravy. I don't really know what was in it, but it was only my dad that would make them in the family.
Yeah.
He does it in such a specific way. I've never eaten anything like that outside of my home. And I absolutely love it. And I think it was because he would take like fresh salmon, mince it up, and it was just, God.
It's not like pate.
Yeah, it was just, it was fantastic. And I think a couple people have tried it because he's made it for like when I had like a New Year's party.
Okay.
And they were like, this is banging. Like, what is this?
What is this?
I absolutely love it. And then there's one more thing that I love that I used to make for myself a lot. And I know you're probably going to cuss me for this one. But it is basically, I used to take a Jacob's cream cracker, and then I would put some tuna and sweet corn on top. And then I would boil an egg, cut it in half, and put one half of a boiled egg with salt and pepper on top. And I would just eat it, almost like a canapé. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Oh my God, it's fantastic. The tuna with the egg, the salt and pepper, the crisp of the cracker. If you have never tried it,
don't
try it. It's lovely. It's the same way like when I was having tuna pasta salad with a boiled egg. And when people tried it, people were tagging me on Instagram, and it bangs. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, that was like comfort food for me. When I was in uni,
what is comforting about a cracker with tuna on it?
It's banging. It's absolutely banging. I just used to sit there. I would boil 2 eggs. So I'd have 4 of them on a plate. I'd lay it up the same way every single time. 4 crackers with the tuna on top, 4 eggs, and then I would have like cracked black pepper and some salt on top, and I would just sit there and I would eat it. I'm probably gonna make it for myself very, very soon. I'll take a picture and I'll share it with you. But it was lovely. I think my mum used to make it for me when I was young as like a snack or something. It's quite nutritious, you know, the protein and that kind of stuff, low carb.
Give it a rest.
But I love it. I absolutely love it, and that's just really comforting to me. It's so easy to make.
Fair enough.
It tastes lovely.
If you like it, I love it.
With some spring onions in the tuna.
Actually, no, I don't. If you like it, I can tolerate it.
You're eating some funny stuff yourself. So.
Anyway,
I think we're on to the last one, isn't it?
The last one on our list is sick.
Yeah.
How do you eat your feelings when you're sick? The thing that you were getting ahead of was soup for me.
Did I say soup?
No, you said ramen.
Oh, okay.
So my go-to thing, which I fell into when I wasn't feeling very well over like Christmas and New Year's kind of time, was it was a miso soup base.
Yeah.
With, I would put I like udon noodles, so I'd probably put udon noodles in, and I was also adding gyoza to it.
When you're sick?
Like, the thing with me, sometimes I'm sick, but I'm not like, I don't have the flu.
Okay.
There's
Just
other ways to be sick. Yeah, like if I'm run down,
Yeah.
I put chili in it, and I would put some sesame oil on it, and I just make a bowl food,
Yeah.
but of hot, spicy-ish liquid. I think spice is essential, and not being like too uncomfortably full, because your appetite is kind of up and down.
Yeah,
up
you
and
just want
down,
to be
and
satisfied.
just want to be satisfied, and the hydration element of the soup. Like, I feel like when you're sick, you either continue eating like you're sick and just eat crap, and you can't reach for anything. You just eat the nearest thing to you.
When I had COVID, I was eating shortbread biscuits in my parents' bed. I couldn't move, and I ate them for like a whole day.
See?
It was horrible. Oh.
Or you pivot and you try and get better through your
Yeah.
food. And I think the soup, ramen-y, udon noodle dish that I was doing was definitely me trying to get better, but it was very much like, because I'm down bad.
Yeah.
I'll make it. It was actually really good. I haven't made it since that like period of sickness there.
Okay.
But what's yours? Actually, sorry, one more soup. There was a soup that you made for me.
Yeah.
You only made it once, and I just want to know what that was about. Like,
Because making soup is long.
why only once? I've been sick a couple times since then.
I've been busy, babe. Can't lie.
Really?
Yeah. I think the last time you were sick, I was in these streets.
Okay, so when can I expect it again?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Let me circle back on that one.
All right, great.
Stick a pin in it.
It was nice. It was spicy because you said the pepper burst in it, but I was so sick and congested. It was great.
Oh, I had chicken back.
You had chicken back.
It was left over.
It was great. There was nice little pockets of chicken meat in there. There was sweet corn.
Yeah.
There was like these little kind of cubed potatoes.
Yeah, everything was cut up very small.
Yeah.
That's how I felt like having it. Yeah.
Yeah, and little sweet corn was in there,
Yeah.
and it was salty. It was like thick. It wasn't like chunky thick.
Yeah.
It was like a thick liquid with chunks suspended.
I didn't add too much water to it.
It was great, honestly. You should
thanks.
definitely do that again
Okay, I'll try.
next time I'm sick.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you very much.
When I'm sick, I like to have soup, Jamaican soup, when I'm sick, because I like the fact that Jamaican soup has got meat in it, it's got a good amount of broth, and it's got hard food. And I like that. I just find it very substantial.
Yeah, the soup was lacking a little dumplings, but...
Yeah, because I wasn't making gluten bombs in my soup. So, and I'm going to try and make boiled dumpling with the gluten-free flour and see how that goes. But yeah, there was no dumpling in that bad boy.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. But yeah, I like to have soup. I pick out the dumplings now when I buy soup, or if my parents won't put dumpling in my soup. But I love a good Jamaican soup, probably like just the normal one, the orange kind of pumpkin carrot based one.
Oh, I see, right, yeah.
Pea soup.
Red pea soup? My dad's red pea soup?
Yeah,
Yes.
I like it, but I wouldn't necessarily say that's my go-to when I'm sick.
You're not a kidney bean lover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not my, when I'm sick, I just want like soup, just like normal soup for me. That's what I absolutely love. Yeah, just Jamaican soup when I'm sick. And also if I want to feel comforted, I guess it kind of overlaps, because when you're sick, you want to feel comforted. So I will go for soup. And if I'm sick, my parents will make me soup. Or I will have to start plying myself with like garlic, ginger, lemon tea, herbal teas, a lot of liquids, staying hydrated, and like oranges, fresh fruit, that kind of thing. But yeah, soup is my go-to. Yeah, anything with hard food as well. I like to eat some yam, green banana, things that I think are just like
Provisions.
flowing into my bloodstream, making me strong. Yeah.
Provisions are so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully we won't be sick anytime soon. I would like the soup kind of sooner than I'm sick. I want to taste it fully. I'm just letting you know. I'm just putting it out there. You don't ask, you don't get. Do you know what I mean?
Try my best.
Thank you very much for listening. If you've made it to the end of the podcast, you're rocking with us for real. So please don't forget to have liked, subscribed, commented, rated, reviewed,
Whatever
shared.
it is you
Whatever
need
the
to
metric
do.
is on whatever platform you found us on. Please, please, please. It does really help us know who's engaging with the podcast, gives us some great data, and just helps us build a community. And we love the community we're building here. So we will catch you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.